If you're like me, a 30-some computer strategy gamer who started early with unpaid access to EU3, but could not even run it on his Pentium 4 machine, then finally got around experiencing an equally paid very early access to VIC2, then starting to play other illicitly acquired EU4 and CK2 copies. Eventually furthermore got them all legally on Steam, which led to the pre-ordering of Hearts of Iron 4 Field Marshal Edition. Played it a few years, got nice free additional DLCs for no cost. I still kept going back to VIC2. In due course, I then acquired a pre-order Imperator Rome copy, which was nice to play for maybe 60 hours. Still got a lot of free content reward patches, it's just that nobody's playing it at all. So I still went back to my baby V2. Then Crusader Kings 3 came out, and honestly, I didn't even bother try play it yet. Now, Victoria 3. I'm pre-ordering that baby. Final strive. If it's enjoyable to play, then Victory could become the greatest game ever made. A few short reworks, it could be a treasurable gem. Worst case scenario, I'll just go back to Victoria 2. Now we have to understand what truly is the demographic, excluding the whales of course. And a lot of people have raised that the target is mobile players. The UI and Windows, the actions, all the way down to the extremely simplified warfare. They may honestly sound very alarmist, and they didn't make similar claims back in 2016 about Hearts of Iron 4. But I think they are on the right track. It's just a layer too far removed. I think the real target demographic is console players. The dilution of the fine-grained control of troops over the landscapes hugs much closer to how you'd want to play such title with the Xbox controller in the ends. I am personally not particularly interested in playing strategy games on a controller, so if the game on PC suffers greatly from the control porting, I would still feel a bit prideful for it to become the greatest console strategy game ever, even if that means I simply go back to Victoria 2. Now, some people would undoubtedly counterclaim me, Joe, it can't be made for consoles, and I would agree immediately. But then, Stellaris and Crusader Kings 3 are on console, and they are, I believe, fairly popular. But due to the constant DLCs updates on console being made by third party, they're often buggy, and the game just doesn't support any mods at all. Imagine that. Now, if Paradox is smart about it, and from scratch start kinking out these disadvantages, they could integrate the entirety of the console strat gamers who are more interested in the politics and economics of the game than toward wargaming. But you don't have to take it from me. Here is the devs themselves a full year ago.
Victoria 3 is a grand strategy game.
You're ruling over real people in a real society. What's happening inside your borders rather than all of what's going on outside of your borders.
Have the simulation running underneath. You don't have to look at it in detail if you want to drill in and find out exactly, but you don't have to do that in order to play the game. These are new dynamics and new depth.
What is the aim of a campaign? What are you trying to do? You don't have to have a grand ambition.
In Victoria 3, that isn't the only way.
We are not making a war game. We are not making a map painter. Anything you can get through war, you can also get through diplomacy.
A lot of your people are going to die one way or another.
Life could change rapidly in 5 to 10 years. Also a fantastic era for alternative history, being able to look into the future of your campaign and imagine a different world right here and right now. But we have prioritized accessibility, not in the sense of wanting to streamline or just make the game simpler, but build, the interface, the tools, and the information that the player needs to be able to grasp and understand and eventually, master all of this complexity.
Players who have been waiting for Victoria 3 for years and years and years, I really hope that in the end, we will be able to provide you
nuance to all of this and all of the features and mechanics we have in the game, and a whole lot other things.
You know, I am simply all in for Victoria 3 experience. Even if it is a disappointment, so be it. But at least the meme will be completed. Hopefully you've enjoyed this short video, and if you did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.